Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. All about nutrition from your favorite dietitian. Everything you need to digest in your mind. Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. Making you healthier one bite at a time. With Tony. Woo.
Hello and welcome to the Tips with Tony podcast. I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time. I am so excited because this time next week, I am going to be in Arizona meeting with my brand new business coach. So his name is Chris Harder. He's married to the amazing woman, Lori Harder, and they are both super successful entrepreneurs and people that I look up to and really inspire me to do what I'm doing today and even bigger and better things. So naturally, I hired someone doing what I want to be doing, who I've seen help hundreds of other people do the same thing. A really good friend of mine as well actually worked with him last year, and I've watched her just like skyrocket and grow both personally and professionally, and it's been amazing. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I wanted to hop on here and talk about, that recently I've been really noticing, and I'm very grateful that a lot of people have been messaging me and telling me that I'm inspiring them, that they hired their own business coach, that, their side hustle, they're deciding to, turn it into a full-time business, or they are now starting a side hustle, or whatever it is. And it is amazing. And it is so beautiful. I literally didn't even know that I was inspiring people to go after their dreams and their goals. Like, I was doing this solely with the purpose of my mindset was, the more I can give, more podcasts I can record, the more time that I have, the more clients I can take on, and therefore I'm going to inspire change and to help people heal the relationship with food, find balance in their eating habits, and stop allowing their body image to hold them back. Like, that was my whole purpose in doing this full time. I didn't realize that was also going to affect other people just watching me just jump into my truth and power and passion with full trust that it was going to inspire them to do the same. And it's really, really cool and really, really awesome. But the reason why I wanted to record this today is because I don't think that people really understand what it takes to get what you want. And so whether you're listening to this as a registered dietitian, as a business owner, or someone, chances are, I think 80% of the people that listen to this podcast are someone who's on their own like health and lifestyle journey and wanting to figure out like how to improve their nutrition and how to improve their lifestyle and how to motivate themselves to exercise and all of those things. So whatever goals that you have for yourself, I want to talk a little bit about what it takes to be successful. And I've talked about this before about the type of characteristics you have to have, the grit you have to have, the vision you have to have, and all of that stuff. And I've talked about it in the past, but I haven't done a full episode about it, of what really helped me get here, okay? And it's, if I never hired my business coaches, I would not be doing what I'm doing today. So if I didn't invest the money that I did not have, 3 years ago, I knew I needed help. I knew I was made for better. I knew I wanted to create change. I knew that this is what I wanted to do. But back then, I didn't believe in myself. Back then, I didn't know it was possible. I didn't even know how. I did not expect to go from, working, having this as my side hustle, to being a full-blown business where to the point where now I need to hire other people for it to keep growing. I'm so grateful. It is amazing. It is so cool. But back then, 3 years ago, I literally thought that hiring this business coach was going to help me get to this place where I would feel comfortable, continuing having this money coming in on the side and helping people on the side while always working for somebody else. I did not have this vision of doing this full time. That was not part of it. But there was a part of me that knew I was meant for more and that I needed to invest in somebody who was doing it and to make a believer out of me the way that, he believed in me. So my very first coach was Tony Steffen. He was a registered dietitian. And I also hired Carla Biesinger. She was someone who just helped with people grow their Instagram and social media presence and all that stuff. So I've invested in them thousands of dollars, guys, literally thousands of dollars. Okay. And the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because I didn't have the money then. I really didn't. as much as I was working so much, I was a full-time RD, I was working at a part-time nursing home, but I was also in a ton of debt. And I registered dietitians, by the way, in like clinical settings, long-term care facilities, I also worked for a daycare center as their RD. I literally had 3 to 4 jobs at a time forever. And I still was always just kind of making ends meet. Okay, just to put things into perspective. Maybe I could have probably had better, money handling skills and money habits and all of that. But the point is I was working 80 plus hours a week and just getting by. Okay, so when an investment for a business coach is thousands of dollars, you're like, what? No, how do you justify that? I can't justify that, right? It's really, really scary, right? And so I don't know what it was, guys. I think it was just like a shift in me, an energy in me. I was like, no, I'm going to do it. I pulled my credit card out, the one that I said I was not ever going to use again, that I was done using my credit cards because I had all of this debt. And I was like, I'm doing it. So I did it. I signed up. It was so scary. I had so much fear in me. And you know what? I realized that the fear wasn't about the money anymore. The fear was like, oh, shoot. I have to actually work really hard now. I have to make this work. I have this responsibility now. Oh my God, I need to do this, right? So one thing that my very first coach, Tony Seven, told to me was that when you pay attention. And it's so true. So whether it's a lot of money or a little money, if you pay for something, you're going to pay attention, right? So if you pay, and so this is why the bigger the investment, the more you're going to try, the harder you're going to try, because you really want to make every single dollar count, right? So here's a good example, right? So if you pay for, I'll use a gym example. If you pay for an Orange Theory class, and you sign up and you know that they're going to charge you if you don't show up, or if you're a no-show, or you let them know too late. And their classes are around, depending on which type of studio you go, especially in New York City. I think New York City is at least $30 a class, right? So depending on where it is, either way, you don't want to lose that money, right? You've committed, you've made it a commitment, right? So that bothers you. Meanwhile, I've been paying for Planet Fitness. It's $20 a month because I play for the Black membership or whatever, where you can go to any one. Or it's $10 a month if you don't do that. Either way, $20 a month versus $20 a class, significantly different. I can't even tell you guys how many times I've tried to cancel my Planet Fitness membership, and it's such a waste of money, especially now with COVID. You have to go in person to do it. I just did it. I'm so proud of myself. I just did it. I went in there finally just to cancel it because I'm not going in there. I was literally barely going in there. So $20 a month they did pause it for part of COVID, but then they started doing it. But before then, I wasn't really going that much. I would maybe go to walk on the treadmills on rainy, cold days. But it was not consistent. So I probably wasted 20 times 12. I can't do the math right now. And that bothers me, but it's whatever, because it wasn't that much money. So you kind of let that happen. So if you have any auto subscriptions for Audible or for a magazine or something that you signed up for a year ago and you don't even use it, you're less likely to cancel those things. You're also less likely to use them, okay? But if you make a bigger investment, so whether it's a few $100s on a personal trainer, or thousands of dollars on a registered dietitian, or thousands and thousands of dollars on a business coach, whatever it is, if you pay for something, you're going to pay attention. And I learned that really, really early on. And it's especially if you're making a good investment, guys. If you're just wasting your money on, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of MLM companies that are spending hundreds of dollars on these rigid meal plans and these shakes and bars, and it's just honestly, you may as well just take your money and throw it in the toilet, because it's making your relationship with food worse. It's literally damaging your metabolism. It's making you fear food, and then it's making you binge later. So it's literally not helpful, okay? But when I say investing in a coach or a mentor that is going to help you, or they have tons of testimonials, not testimonials that show a before and after picture, guys. Testimonials of someone really showing that they changed the person who was on the inside. That's the type of thing that you want to look for. So I'm not just tooting my own horn here, but if you go to my website, tipswithtony.com, and you go to the coaching tab and you look at my testimonials, those are real testimonials. Those are people where, they really did change their whole mindset, their whole outcome, their whole everything about them. And it's not just about the physical part, right? It's about who they are and the type of person that they've become through working with me, okay? And that's because they put their money where their mouth was, right? They paid attention. So I'm saying this to say that whatever you want to do, whether it's improve your fitness, improve your mental health, going to therapy, hiring a dietitian, put your money where your mouth is. Invest in the person that you know is going to get you there. Instead of spending money and wasting your time on these things that are literally you're not going to get a return on your investment. You're just never going to get it there, okay? The other thing I kind of wanted to talk about today was I wrote a post about this time last year, and I'm going to repost it on Instagram because it was so good. I did a TikTok that really inspired this and helped me remind me of when I was talking about it, and it's just so true. So let's just put things into perspective for a little bit, okay? People in our society, this is our society. So because what's in our society? In our society, disordered eating is normal. Skipping meals, not eating breakfast, ignoring your hunger cues, that's normal, but that is not what healthy actually is, right? So in our society, it is normal to spend lots and lots of money on things that, whether you want to justify it or not, that's a different thing. It's up to you, and it's dependent on your values. But all that to say, people, are, on average, depending on when you live, I know I live in New York City, so cost of living is a lot higher. I mean, it's probably less now because of COVID, but it's still relatively high. So on average, let's say if we were using a national average, to buy a home, it's $300,000. $300,000 to buy a home. Okay, a car on average, maybe $25,000, $30,000. Okay, planning a wedding, a lot, right? Someone saving 3 months' salary to propose to that person for that wedding, a lot, right? Lots of money for one day. It's a special day, and that's what I'm not saying that doesn't make any sense. For you, you're making memories, it's a commitment, it makes sense, right? A home you're going to live in, but honestly, guys, to get the same return on that investment, it takes a long time. You're not going to really feel, before you can sell the home and it appreciates in value, you need to be living in it for 30 years, right? So that's a long, long time. A college education, okay? A college education, for some of you, like me, myself, to become a registered dietitian, it's a very specific path. So I can justify spending $100,000 on college in the sense, because it's literally all I wanted to do is be an RD. So to me, it's worth it. But there's so many, and it's going to college, having that degree, great. But do you know how many people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a year if it's an out-of-state school for 4 to 4 years? Then they get a master's degree in a very bland, very basic, not basic, that's the wrong word, a very broad major that they come out and unfortunately they never get a job. Do you know how sad that is, right? However, if it's up to you and you decide what you're going to do and you choose to invest that money in a business coach, they're going to help you utilize that degree to the best of your ability. So I'm not saying that spending money on college and a home and cars and weddings and rings, I'm not saying that that's not justifiable. I think that if it's going to bring you value to your life, that's totally fine. The thing that bothers me is that this body that we have, we only get one. We're in it our whole lives. We can't choose it. We can't change it. We can change the inside and the outside a little bit, but really our bodies are what we were born with, okay? And the only thing that we can do to almost guarantee that it works optimally is take care of it. And if you're struggling to learn how to take care of it, there are people out there, registered dietitians, mental health professionals, personal trainers, good qualified people who can teach you how to take care of it and how to take care of it in a way that's uniquely individualized to you and your unique body, okay? But to invest in somebody like that is a lot, right? And it's going to be a lot more than your few $100s for your supplements and your shakes and your, all that stuff, okay? It's going to be a little bit more. However, it's often the sooner you invest in that, the more you're going to save on the wasted money on all that other stuff for years and years and years in your life. You know, guys, the sad truth is that most people restart their diets over and over and over again, well into their, you know, till they're elderly, and then they realize, you know what, why do I try anymore? That is sad. Okay? So if you're listening to this and you're, say, 33 years old, you can do something now and invest in a coach now and work with them for maybe 6 months to a year and save 50 plus years of your life living like this, feeling miserable, feeling stuck, feeling stranded. You can do that, or you can just, you know, stay here. Right? So you can change the projection, you can change what the next 50 years of your life are going to be by taking action now, or you can just stay in the cycle and just stay in it for another 50 years. It's your choice. And I know this is like some tough love, but this is the type of thing that I needed to hear. When I was choosing to hire somebody to help me land my TEDx talk, it's really hard, it's really competitive. I knew I wanted a TEDx talk, but also not only did I want a good TEDx talk, I wanted the person to help me to make sure that my TEDx talk would be a good talk. I was in a really funky mood that day, let me tell you. I knew I needed this, but I was in just a weird mood. I got on the call. I didn't know what the investment was going to be. At the end, I heard the two options of these two investments. My heart sank to the pit of the floor, literally. I was like, what? No, I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't afford that. She's like, but remember when you told me you wanted to, like, means so much to you, and this is what you want to do, and this is your future, and this is your passion and your story, and you have so much you want to give to the world, and this can really help be a part of that. Remember when you told me that? And I said, yeah, but like, I don't know. And she didn't give up on me. She kept reminding me of why I wanted this. And then I was like, okay, well, let me, like, tell me, like, is there a payment plan, like, whatever? And I started to explore the ways in which I can find the money to make it happen, because I didn't have the money at the time. Once again, it came back to, like, I didn't want to keep charging my credit card. But there's certain things in life that really are more worth putting on your credit card than anything else. And it took me a minute because I was just in a funky mood, but she pulled me out of that mood and she reminded me of why I wanted this. And I'm so grateful that I made that investment, because it's literally how I got my TED Talk. It's now that part's history. And that TED Talk inspired my book that I'm writing, which is going to inspire more change in the world, which is literally the whole reason why I wanted to do the talk and why I wanted to do the book and why I wanted to do my business, is to inspire change in the world. And I can continue doing it with my following now. So for your listening, thank you so much. And if you've been listening for a while, I so appreciate you. And I can keep doing that here, and I know I'm making impact. At the same time, the more that I grow, the more people that I reach, and the more impact that I'm making. And so that's why, for me, outreach is super important. And sometimes you have to invest in certain people that are going to help you get seen and help you get heard. And that's worth it. Okay? So all that to say, I understand making a big investment is scary. And sometimes the number in dollars doesn't even make sense, okay? But when you want something bad enough, you will find the ways to make it work for you. Where are you spending the money to help your appearance? And listen, I completely support hair, makeup, nails, getting cute outfits. If that helps with your confidence, I'm all for it. I want you to do those things, right? But where are you not spending the money or investing the money to help you on the inside, to help you build that confidence, whether you're wearing makeup or lashes or not, right? Where is that? If that's not happening, we have to think, we really need to kind of shift how we can justify spending hundreds of dollars on ways to make us look good on the outside, but not hundreds of dollars on how to feel better on the inside. We really need to have a conversation about that. It's really important, okay? So, like I said, somehow society has made it socially acceptable for us to spend 3 months' salary on an engagement ring, but questionable if a nutrition professional charges you like that, okay? And this 6-month program that's going to improve your lifestyle, somehow it's hard to justify that, but spending thousands of dollars on a photographer for your wedding, oh, yeah, no, that makes complete sense. Which, you know, it could, because those memories are going to last forever, but like your body is going to last. We want it to last forever. And the person that you are inside of it, that is what matters the most. Who cares about those photos, honestly, if you're not happy in them, right? All right, so let's think about that for a minute. If you chose to work with me in 3 months or 6 months, so my group coaching program, the last date to sign up, guys, is February 1st. So if you have not already joined my group coaching program, if there's spots still available, you need to go do that now, okay? So you can work with me for 3 months, or you can work with me one-on-one for 6 months. Either way, the point is if we can think about this, for 3 months or 6 months, for an investment that might be more than maybe you've spent on other nutrition plans or programs in the past, but for an investment that seems like a lot of money up front is really going to save you a ton of money in the long run. And not only is it going to save you money, but it's going to save you from your weight struggles, from the obsessive thoughts over food, from that guilt after eating, and you're finally going to be free of the doubt that you have in yourself that's preventing you from becoming the real you, okay? If you keep making excuses as to why you can't afford it, you're never going to find ways that you can. You have to ask better questions. The question you need to be asking is, how can I afford this? Who can I call on? What credit card can I charge? Where can I save the money and where I'm spending it other way? Am I spending it on takeout? Am I spending it on like those auto subscriptions? Was I planning this vacation that I'm probably not going on because of COVID and I can use the money for that? Where can you find the money? You can find it. But if you just say, I can't afford it, I can't, just blocks off any other possibilities. The way you talk to yourself matters, okay? So we need to be exploring ways that you can find it, all right? But if we're going to be really honest, I don't think it's about the money. I truly believe that for you, it's not about the money. Because somehow if your family member or friend or colleague or, somebody who you love, someone who's close to you, if it's your child, you would do anything for them. If your child was struggling the way that you're struggling with your relationship with food and your body, you would pay for them to see a nutrition professional. Hands down, not even a thought. You would do anything for your child. Why are you not treating yourself the same way? Why is it so easy for you to justify paying for your son's PlayStation for Christmas, $500 PlayStation for Christmas, but you can't spend $500 on yourself? Why is that a thing? Well, I don't understand. Could you guys help me? I'm trying to understand. No, I'm kidding. I understand. Because the real reason is because it's not about the money. Okay? Because if it was about the money, you wouldn't be someone who drives a nice car, owns a home, or has a college degree. That wouldn't be the case, right? The real reason you're not doing a life-changing program is because you're in a state of fear. You're scared to admit your problems are deep-rooted. You're scared your relationships might change. And you're scared you might actually start being seen. And this is some hard stuff, guys, and I see that. So it's like as much as I wanted to do better, be better, then it was like once I invested in someone, I really had to rise to the occasion. Like I actually had to show up. And now I have this responsibility to like always show up. And it's a lot, but you know what? It's so worth it because I rather have that than this constant like self-doubt, self-criticism, this pit in my stomach that's telling me I'm meant for more, meant to do better, and never acting on that. No, don't want that. All right, so trust me when I say I know it's scary. It's really scary to step into the unknown. But as someone who's only seen tremendous growth for stepping into my fear, I'm here to tell you that you have to stop running and face yours. Okay? It's time you stop making excuses as to why you can't take care of yourself. It's time to quiet the voices in your head that tell you you're not worthy of feeling good. The way that you make others feel, you deserve that. Okay, so if you're someone who's serious about making a lifestyle change, you're done making excuses and you're ready to step into the person that you know you're meant to be, this is for you. This message is for you, guys. So there's 2 ways in which you can work with me. Group coaching, if you're listening to this after February 1st, the group coaching option is closed. But if you're listening to this before February 1st, text me the word group to 914-219-6446. Again, 914-219-6446, or go to the link in the show notes and let me know that you're interested in working with me, joining the group coaching program. Hopefully spots are still available. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, go to tipswithtony.com/coaching. There's an application, fill that out. When you fill that out, we'll get on a discovery call, make sure that you're a good fit. The financial investment is dependent on how much accountability you need. So that call is important because that's where we're going to identify what it is that you actually need, and then I'll present the 2 different options for you, okay? So there's 2 ways in which you can work with me. If this inspired you to hire somebody else, a personal trainer, a mental health professional, whoever, a business coach, then I'm grateful and I'm so glad because I think this message got through to you. The point is that you have the money. You can create the money. You might have to work a little harder for it, whatever it is. The point is that when you pay attention. You need to put your money where your mouth is, and I promise you it will be worth it. If you love this episode, screenshot it, share it on your story, tag me at tips_with Tony with an I or the Tips with Tony podcast. That is it for me today. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy 1 bite at a time.